have started training that I've done, right? And I recommend Laura St.John's training that she did for us in this community, you guys, in January. And I'm telling you what, it has been one of the most impactful mindset trainings that I've ever experienced in my life. I actually watched this. I think I'm at over 20 times of watching it. Okay, so in 6 months, I've watched it at least 20 times. And here's the interesting thing: I've taken notes every time. And it's quite interesting to me because I can go back and look at my notes and I write different things down and I'll like listen to it. I'm like, how wild. I didn't hear that the first time I watched it. And so I'm just telling you guys that because you should take notes today and really listen, because you want to have success in life. You got to learn to, I call it manage your mind, but you got to master that mindset. And then when you can master that mindset, you can learn how to market and you can craft the best message. But if you have a block or something holding you back, it's going to be really, really hard. So I'm telling you, we have a gift that she is coming on and sharing this with us. So I would definitely take some notes, you guys. If you have an opportunity to answer questions, I would. So Suzanne, I'll let you take it away. I'll pass it off to you, but I just want to say, Laura, thank you for coming and pouring into our community like you do. And you've truly just been a game changer for me with my space up here. So thank you for that. So Suzanne, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. So this is actually this is about testimonials. So I'm excited Michelle just shared that, because I really wanted to share from our community, because I honestly had no idea how impactful Laura was actually going to be. I mean, I know she's amazing, and I know how much she changed me. And, back in January when I was like, okay, I've got to share her with everybody, because, and I know some people had already seen her, but I knew a lot hadn't. So, back on January around the 15th, I had just done I had already done her free 7-day program. And then I jumped into her private coaching. And literally the day before, I had my biggest day. I did her coaching. Then the very next day, I had my biggest day of $2,400. I had been trying to manifest that. I had been trying to manifest bigger days and greater success. But, that came when I finally felt like I just had a shift. Like I felt it. And I just knew that I had this shift, and it, I had seen like from where I was, and I was able to kind of break down some of the things. I kind of see it. I'm very visual. So I kind of see it like on a wall, all of those things that held me back before, and I could finally cross some off. And it was like, wow, I really just had to dig deep. It's not something that comes overnight. And, that's why her program is so impactful, because it is long term. You can stay in it. You could do short term or you can do long term. But honestly, to see the greatest success, of course, long term is where you want to be, because it's not a one and done thing. It's something you have to work on every single day. I will still go back to the old struggles and I'll be like crossing them out. And I'm like, you got to acknowledge them, but then you move forward. And so she's just helped me tremendously with that. I've had many $2,400 days since then, and other great success in other areas too, not just here, in all areas of life. So it truly does help you in all areas of life. So I asked some other people in the community who had worked with her to just give me some testimonials, just so you can see what some other people are thinking as well after they took her program. I'm hoping y'all can still see me, because I just opened up a new page, but I think so. So Jeffrey Scott said, Laura St. John's coaching helped me become more relaxed in stressful situations, and he's working to unblock blocks he didn't even know he had. And that's a great thing that I felt too. I'm like, I didn't even know I had these blocks, or I thought they were more external and not so inside of me. And he highly recommends Laura. Candy said, I can't say enough about my experiences with Laura St. John. For years, I unknowingly struggled with self-doubt and harmful patterns that held me back. But thanks to Laura and her amazing tools that I use daily, they catch and flip those negative behaviors. Now I'm taking better care of myself and my heart. That's beautiful. I'm so thrilled to have these tools and a mindset that will empower me for life. So thank you for helping me to become the best version of myself. And she's very excited for this new improved version of herself. That's Candy Kane. And then Dawn Kreisman said, the biggest thing for me has been the flip it tool. Instead of thinking something isn't going to work out, I just say that it will. And I've been working hard to flip all my negatives into positives. And this is what I love about all of her tools, is that they can be done daily and they can be done by anybody. You know, you don't have to sit there and try and figure it out or try to understand what she's explaining. It's a simple tool because she's literally worked with children up to, you know, celebrities, Olympic athletes, executives, billionaire executives, and everyone in between. So, you know, this is for anybody. That's why we love her so much. Ashley Cox said, Laura knows exactly how to guide me down the path where I previously felt stuck. Every time I tap into training, I feel closer and closer to the future me that's used to feeling so. Ashley's going to her retreat next week in Malibu to Laura's home, and they do the retreat from her home and the beach. It's absolutely amazing, guys. So definitely look into to that as well. And then Candy Blair said, what was meaningful for me was the fact that she uses happy memories and what makes you happy to get out of that negative place mentally. It really works. I've used it many times. She calls it snack on happy. So that's just those are just some of the testimonials from the people who have worked with her in this community. So I just highly suggest that you look into her programs and you get started ASAP, because we all know mindset is literally everything when you're in a business like this. So I want to introduce Laura St. John to you guys, and she's ready and she's here to share with us and answer questions whenever we're ready. So Laura, take it away.
Susanna, OMG. Hi, everyone. Michelle, thank you for having me in your community. I really believe that time is the biggest commodity, so I completely value my time with you all. I try to spend it with people who are very heart-centered and want to create new results in their life. So if that's you, like, I feel like this is a very big-hearted community. I could feel that with everybody that I've had the pleasure of working with, whether you've just been in my free content, whether you've taken that next step to work with me. I'm very appreciative of this time. So thank you for being here. And, you know, sometimes we just don't pat ourselves on the back enough for doing what we're doing, which is you're bettering yourself. You know, you're here to better something in your life, to create some kind of change, to create some kind of impact. And that can be small, subtle shifts that can be significant. And that is mindset to me. To me, you know, just to give you some background, I know there's a whole bunch of videos, and I love that Michelle has gone back to watch and rewatch and take new notes, because there's something amazing, like even what Susanna just said about mindset, which is it's a never-ending process where you are looking at yourself and creating change, looking at yourself and creating change, looking at yourself and going deeper and shifting and growing. And just that's also a spark of success. So if you are not acknowledging yourself, that's why I said pat yourself on the back for being here. You're here for a reason, right? So if you are not ever patting yourself on the back until you receive some monetary success, and money is just like then more of like how you measure your success, then you're really shortchanging yourself. That could actually be one of your biggest blocks. How do you measure success? You know, is it in a spark of a smile? Is it in a moment with your child? Like, is it, you know, in just all the impact that you're making and in the passion and purpose that you might have in joining DGC and being part of this amazing community? Is it in the creation of what you're stepping into? If you are not like looking at success as a bigger picture, which is why last time I was here, I did the success pie tool with you guys to stop measuring success so one-dimensionally, then, you know, you can actually, that could be one of your blocks. So, you know, what I love to do as a mindset coach, I've been doing this my whole life. I'm 48 years old now. I can go back and remember when I was 6 years old, seeing the power of mindset, even in life or death situations that I was exposed to, and seeing how people can hold a positive energy or positive outcome while you're being faced with something negative. And that to me is the power of a mindset shift. How can you hold a different outcome and, you know, write these 5 words down? What outcome deserves my attention? What outcome deserves my attention? What outcome deserves your attention today? What are you taking action from? Are you taking action because you don't have enough sales? And now you're trying to do more to make up and undo what you're not seeing because you're avoiding a problem you don't want, which is like this bill or this huge mortgage or this like foreclosure or this like big thing going on in my life. If you're constantly feeling like you are up against yourself versus in flow and moving in the direction of who you're stepping into, that's a mindset shift. Okay, so you are exactly where you're meant to be in this moment, even if it means you are ready for big, big change. I've been doing this for so many decades now. It just breathes right out of me. It's who I am, but it is what I love to do, as you can tell. So I love to help people unstuck themselves. I am a professional unstucker. You can take a look at, I've been on Netflix, I've been on NBC Access Hollywood. Mario Lopez literally calls me the professional unstucker because I do it with celebrities. I do it with elite athletes. I do it with companies like Google. I do it in this DGC community because I know where I'm meant. I know where I'm meant for it. I'm meant for to help people who are feeling really powerless, feeling really weak, not feeling strong and confident, not feeling like everything's just all working out magically, like what gives. And if that's you, you are totally here for a reason, because again, you joined DGC, you joined this incredible community to make a wave of change into your life, right? A positive change, a positive impact on the blueprint financially in your life, other people's lives, your family. So know that your intent, if that's why you joined, is already so pure and good. Like that, with that intent, you can move mountains, in my opinion, because then you're doing it from a loving place. But now where you take action from is going to drive your results. Many people here, I've gotten to work with many of you and shift you, or you shift yourself just using my tools. Many of you are moving from a place of negativity where you're like, I don't have enough. Even if I made this amount today, it's still not enough. And now you're like, whether you're spending it, saving it, taking action, trying to get online, trying to make a video, whatever you're doing, like many of you are doing it from the energy of not enough. It's still not enough, Laura. And I'm like, not enough is a feeling. And I get it. It's in your physical reality. It's in your bank account right now, but it starts with a feeling inside of you. And that's what Susanna was talking about, like, and Jeffrey and people being like, I didn't even know I had these blocks. I thought it was the problem in my bank account, not in me not feeling enough or not being enough or worthy or deserving or feeling greedy or, guilty or, resentful or angry or full of doubt, not knowing what should I be doing. So if you're in any of these negative emotions, just know that if you're taking notes right now, that I trust in myself. I trust in the process. This is my trust mantra. I trust in myself. I trust in the process. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be in this moment. Okay. Side note, even if that means I'm ready for big, big change. So if you trust you're exactly where you're meant to be, hearing these words today, rewatching any of my coaching, joining my free tools, jumping into my 6-week coaching, whatever it is that you're ready for, and you know if you're ready for it, whatever you're ready for is already ready for you. So if you were like, okay, I trust in myself, I really want to trust in myself more. I don't want to get the evidence, then trust, right? And many of you, again, are waiting. You're waiting. You're like, well, when I see that sale come through, then I'll trust. Then I'll know I'm in the right place. Then I'll like feel the confidence I'm trying to feel. And I'm like, stop waiting for the evidence to feel the feeling. With mindset shifts, you can train yourself to access the thoughts that are aligned to the feelings you want to feel, and then to go into action, then pop onto video, then talk to your audience. But if you're not doing it in alignment to who you're becoming, and you keep fighting against who you've been, you will be exhausted. You will get blocked. You won't be like receiving the avalanche of abundance that you could be receiving, because you're also blocking yourself. And sometimes we're our biggest roadblocks. Sometimes we know it. Sometimes, and sometimes we don't know it. And sometimes it just is easier like to look external and be like, it's this person, it's this thing, it's this external situation, it's what's going on in the planet, it's all these things. And yes, those things are going on, and there's negative and positive everywhere. but where is your predominant amount of thought, energy, and attention going before you press play or hit record or go on video or talk to your customers? Where are you? And if you are not tapping into your fullest potential before you take action, you are missing out on your potential. You are not opening the doors to those conversations you can be having a lot more effortlessly. So what I'm here for is to walk you through really simple step-by-step formats, because I love all the spiritual stuff of mindset. I love all the science, quantum, I love that, Nobel Prize winning science is now like quantum science, getting proven that our, particles can move around the world. And so I love all that stuff. But I'm really here for the practical. I'm absolutely here because I teach this stuff to 8 to 10-year-olds. I teach the same stuff that I teach to kids to my elite athletes preparing for Paris, or like the AI team at Google. What I work with in this planet is people that are just, again, ready to create change. And if you're really feeling frustrated and you're really feeling stuck, you are so close to what I call the line of courage. The line of courage to be like, I'm so done with that. Right? You got to get to the point of being so sick and tired with the old stuff that you're spinning in that you want a mindset shift. So I'm just going to start giving you a few steps. So step 1 is recognize and become consciously aware. It's like an awareness. Step 1 is with awareness, I can change. That is always my step 1. It's a ding, ding, ding moment, ding, 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 that I trust in myself. I trust in the process. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be in this moment. Stuck. This is my ding, ding, ding awareness bell. Stuck is just a feeling. Whatever you're stuck in, not enough sales, feeling like I'm going backwards, take 3 steps forward, 10 steps backwards. Whatever you feel stuck in is just a feeling. And when you learn to shift your mindset, you can shift your feelings along with your thoughts. That's, to me, mindset is, what are you thinking? What's getting your emotional power? How are those thoughts aligned to these feelings you no longer want because they're not helping you? But stop beating yourself up. Stop feeling like, I'll never get out. That is powerless, and you can get out. I'm here as your mindset coach to pop in and be like, that thought, if it's pulling you back, into a backwards, downwards feeling, like that down spiral feel, is not helping you what I call up spiral. I've designed a methodology that I call the art of the up spiral, which is the life of the better and better, or better than expected. So if you're always feeling like the next shoe is going to drop, or you've got a past painful reference point that's pulling you back, step 1, everybody, with awareness, I can change. Is this thought aligned to an old me that feels very outdated? Or is this thought aligned to where I want to be going? If you're not challenging your thoughts, I will help you challenge them as your mindset coach, because your thoughts are either blocking you or unblocking you. And if they're tied to old outdated thoughts that maybe you heard from your parents, or maybe you heard from someone that's yeah. And now you're spinning into doubt or self-rejection, or I'll never get there, or why are all these people able to do it and I can't? And all that doubting, self-rejecting energy that's attached to those thoughts. Your thoughts and emotions are in a relationship at all times. And if you're not separating those two things out, that's why it's step 1. So when you're working with me, step 1 is alignment of, well, what are these thoughts you're having? And what are these feelings you keep feeling? And how can I teach you to move to step 2? But step 1 is first, just become consciously aware. Are these thoughts moving me forward? If these thoughts were bricks, am I throwing bricks at my dream, or am I building my dream? Right? Am I sabotaging my own success right now? Am I throwing bricks, or am I building with bricks? You can only be doing one or the other. And your thoughts are bricks. Okay, they're either destroying or creating what you desire. So step 1 is awareness. What are those thoughts? What feelings are they bringing me into? And what feelings? Just let me know. You know, am I feeling self-sabotage? Am I feeling fear of disappointment? Am I feeling, you know, a lack? Am I feeling like, oh, that thought, which is like, you'll never have that, or how will you, or will this ever happen for me? Like, okay, well, those are thoughts attached to not enough, the feeling of lack, the feeling of doubt, the biggest blocks of manifesting, right? The biggest blocks, self-doubt, is fear presenting itself as thoughts that are connected to your doubts. Like, I've just boiled it all down for you guys in very simple tools, but it's always my step one. So when you're working with me and you're learning the tools by tools by tools, the step-by-step blueprint that I've made, it's step one is like, with awareness, I can change. Is this thought and this emotion bringing me feeling like backwards, or is it bringing me forwards? Is it building or is it destroying? With awareness, I can change. Then it's step two, which is like the flip. When you guys learn my flip it method, it is learning where am I focusing my most of my energy throughout the day? Is it on my challenges, my struggles, because they feel really big? Or is it my dreams, because my dreams are even now bigger? If your dreams are not bigger than your challenges, your predominant amount of energy will be going to your challenges, and you'll know, because by the end of the day, you're exhausted. It is energy sucking versus energy giving. When you are working on your dreams, it's energy giving. How do I go back to back to back in these webinars today? Like, because I know my process, right? I know my process, and it will become energy giving. So you have to do the flip it method, which is, again, it's in my free course. It's in the deep dive of how do you actually flip negative to positive. So write down right now, just as an exercise, you know, just we've done this before in this team, but just write the words flip it on top of the page, flip it, and draw a line down the middle of the page. That line signifies courage. If you are not so sick and tired of your old thoughts, old stuff, old feelings that are holding you back, like, they're going to keep perpetuating. So write down, like, do not want. And what is a thought that you keep having that is tied to this business that you know is like destroying you, like destroying your success, destroying, not creating? And write it down. You know, not good enough, or I'll never, or like, why does everybody else and not me? Or, you know, like, what is a negative thought that you know you don't want? And write it down. Okay. So just write down the thought. Do not want. Write down a feeling you know you're sick and tired of. Do not want to feel blank. What don't you want to feel? Lack, not good enough, like anger, resentment, off track, like all these are feelings. Off track is a feeling. Okay, so drop that in the do not want side. Okay, this is my signature flip it, and this is the really fast version. Deep dive, you know, work with me. But then now I want you to think of a result you keep getting that you no longer want to participate in, like no sales, not enough of this. Like, what is a current condition in your true reality that you keep experiencing that you know you don't want anymore? That you know you're like, Laura, if this pen, the Sharpie could be a magic wand and it could like get rid of this situation, what is a situation that you know you don't want? Okay. Now I'm dishing it to you guys in the point of sales and business and success, something that you know you don't want to think, something that you don't want to feel, some real reaction in your environment, in your current reality that you know you no longer want. But I'm going to tell you a real major sneak tip right now. If you are like money and money blocks are tied to security and trust. If you are not feeling secure, like if you're feeling insecure in relationships, insecure in something else going on in your life, if you're being spun into a challenge outside the scope of business that's pushing you into insecure, not trusting, feeling lots of doubt in any area of your life, that can show up in any area as a block. So if you're like, I'm feeling really insecure in my relationship, And I'm like, and now you're really feeling, and then you're feeling not enough, right? You're like, never enough for this person, right? All of this is not enough for this person. I'm never enough. And then never enough happens to also be in your bank account. That's connected on a mindset level. So I'm here to help you guys also recognize that although I'm focusing right now, when you work with me, that's why we up level your whole game in every area of your life. Because if you're not looking at like how you are, like if you're in an energy of trust versus doubt, that's just an energy. It is an emotion. So it's hard for you to be like, well, I trust here, but I don't trust here. Like, right? I trust that the sun will rise and that I'll love my child, but I don't trust that I can make the sale, or I don't trust that I feel enough in the eyes of this person. So if you gotta, like, this is the mindset work. This is why, like, even when I work with companies, like, it's like becoming your best self in every area, up levels, all areas. Okay, that should be a ding, ding, ding for some of you. Okay, because if you're blocked somewhere, that block can show up anywhere. Got me? So just keep an eye on that for your flip it list. But so you might being like, oh, that's so interesting. I don't want to feel not enough, or I don't want to feel like this anger and resentment. I don't want to feel like, you know, I'm always in these toxic situations or whatever. And that could be in multiple areas, right? I don't want to feel like I'm always measuring myself by a number, right? I don't want to feel like money's like just a trophy. Like I want to feel money as a magnifier to all the things I desire in my life. So you might have all these don't wants that are very related. And I'm just going to challenge you there to keep doing the flip it, especially if you're working with me, like go into other areas of your life and you're like, kind of letting the number on the scale dictate how I feel today, letting the number in my bank account dictate how I feel today, letting this person at work like dictate how I feel today. I just keep handing the keys and my power away. Right? So like this flip it goes deep is what I'm trying to tell you. So just list the do not wants. Next, I want you to draw 3 arrows through the line of courage to signify to your brain right now that you are ready to create change. So step 1 is with awareness of what I don't want, I can change. I can own it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I can stop avoiding it. Avoidance energy magnifies fear. Okay, if you are avoiding the bills, you're avoiding what you don't want, you're avoiding the stuff, you are magnifying the problem. Okay, by not looking at it and being like, I don't want this anymore. This is old you energy. This is if you're working with me, I teach you how to bench that old self, right? And come out with the new version of you. So now it's the flip. What do you clearly desire? Put I clearly desire. I clearly desire. I clearly desire. Desire comes from your heart. Okay, so take the keys back now of your power into your hands. Your hands are an extension of your heart. Use them wisely to create and write down what you clearly desire, which is now the flipped, broader version. Don't put any negative over here. If you're like, I don't want to feel, you know, like I keep feeling negative, don't be like, I clearly desire to not be negative. Be like, I clearly desire to feel more positive, you know, to step into more and more abundance, to, you know, just do the flip to the positive, make it broad, because where you are pouring your energy on before you go do step 3 with me, which I haven't told you yet, is 100% related to your results. 100%. There's no mismatch in where your energy, attention, thoughts, and participation is going from a mindset level. Where are your thoughts going? Where's your emotion going? Where are you taking action from? Where's your imagination going? Where's your imagination wandering to? That's why I said, what outcome deserves my attention? This outcome deserves your attention. What you clearly desire. If you are not taking action from what you clearly desire all day long, then you keep fighting against your old self. If you are so sick and tired of fighting against what you don't want, being exhausted, spinning in lack, going into self-doubt, feeling not enough, getting angry and resentful, like just bouncing around between all the different levels of self-rejection, self-hate, like doubt, all these negatives, which are blocking your potential, right? Then you are going to just stay there until you're ready. It's fine. Like I trust in the unfolding. I trust in the timing. I trust, like so many of you who have joined in on my 6-week coaching in the last even few weeks and few days are like, the first time you came into DGC was January. It like, I wasn't ready yet. Then I rewatched it, or then you came in again, and then you came in again. And this is like my 4th or so time. This time might be the time that hits you right in your heart. And if it is, or you're watching this on replay, join in. If it's not, keep going. It's all good. Okay. I trust that whoever is really sick and tired and done with the old self energy and bringing the old you energy into today is done. Like you're ready. Like I'll see you when you're ready, right? You're really ready. Because when you're ready means you're frustrated. You're ready to draw that line and hold the line. And then what I found most people just don't know how to do is tap into the energy of the future you, become the energy of the version of you that not only knows what you desire, but step 3 of like the steps, which is where do you take action from? Right? So step 1 was with awareness, I can change. Today, I can recognize, even if whether I move forward with Laura's coaching or not, I can at least recognize what I do not want with great, great clarity. That old version of me, I trust in myself. I trust in the process. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be right now. I'm meant to hear this message. All these stepping stones brought me so clearly to what I don't want and what I do want. Bam. With awareness, I can change. Step 1, right? Just with awareness, I can create a new relationship with change. Huge. That's why you have to pat yourself on the back. All those icky feelings, versions of you, things you didn't want, they got you here. They got you here to give you the insight, I don't want that. Now you're ready to draw that line and create change. And again, you know when you're ready because you're really, really frustrated. You feel like you keep pushing up against a wall and getting a door slammed in your face. That's what it feels like to be ready. Being ready to like jump into my coaching is often not just like, la, 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 let's build our dreams. That would be nice. And I'm ready for that version of you too. But it's usually a very different feeling. It's like, Laura, what gives? What am I missing? What is my block? What is actually underneath what I even think my block is? And how can you help me unwind that, untether that? And to me, it's like teaching you, when like the hose is kinked, like, and then the water's not coming out because the hose has like knots in it. It's teaching you the power to like unkink the hose so like it can go into flow. Like that money and all of this stuff, abundance, love, self-trust, self-respect, self-confidence, self-esteem, it's all tied together to abundance. And if you are like, you're like, my hose is all kinds of kinks and twirls and knots, and you're ready to like unkink it, that's like when you're ready for me. Because then I'm just like, oh, I'll show you this tool, that tool, but start with the flip it tool. This is a tool, right? So I'm aware that I don't want this. I'm ready for courage. I'm ready to take my anger and resentment and blame and like self-rejection and flip it into amazing results. I clearly desire these things. So step 1, awareness. Step 2 is the flip from negative to positive. You give your brain a new target so it stops recreating the old targets. Stop trying to solve your own problems. It's keeping you in the energy of your problem. Start seeking the solutions of what you desire. It's what brought you here, right? You desired change. You found DGC. Don't discount that spark. Whether you've created massive success here or not yet is a yet. I've seen it. I've seen people make tons of money here, and that's amazing. All of you have the ability to get unblocked. If you have a brain and you have a heart and you've got blueprints and you want change, you have the abilities already to do it. Now, do you believe you deserve it? Are you feeling really stuck? All these other things that block you, like just start with these 3 steps today. I'm happy to answer questions in a minute. And, just know, like, stop taking action from this version of you. Stop fighting yourself. Stop destroying it with the bricks. Like, start creating your dreams and learn the mindset tools. I mean, this is just one little tool to flip it, but it's a big tool because if you're not, that step 3 of like, are you taking action today? Like when you press record to go on video or your TikTok lives or whatever, like, are you doing it in the energy of fear, of disappointment, failure? Like, ugh, no one's gonna watch this. Or are you doing it in the energy of, this is what I desire, this is what I'm changing, like, this is what I'm creating, I'm so excited. Same action, completely different intent. So I'm here to help you guys with that. I'm here to help you unstuck the most common blocks that get people stuck over here: anger, resentment, past pains, past reference points, like, and just help you unblock yourself. That's why I'm a professional unstucker. I build tools that are so practical, even kids can do it, to tap into the happiness, tap into the, that version of you before you even have the results. So you feel the confidence, then you approach the entire blueprint that DGC gives you with greater confidence and ease. So with that, I'm going to open it up. That's the Flip It tool. Take action today from the right side. Try to take no action from the left side. Rewatch all the videos here in the DGC, that have been posted here, and, join my 7-day free content. I am launching, side note before I forget, I know Susanna mentioned it, my deepest dive, for those of you who already know my tools or the in-person experience out here. I have a spot left in next week's coaching here in Malibu in person. But if you're really ready for the next level, do the 6-week private group coaching. I am launching I have a money, career, and purpose content. And then I'm launching June 24th. So it takes all my 6-week structure and it does it with money, career, purpose. So if you're here to get more fulfilled, tap deeper into your purpose, and tap into the avalanche of money and finances and abundance, I am not going to make guarantees, just like no one makes guarantees like of the results. But I do have to say, it's not a coincidence when someone starts like Susanna and then they have their best, biggest day the next day, right? Like, you are unstuck. Like, I don't unstuck you. The most empowering part of this whole mindset shift is you unstuck yourself. This coaching relationship is not needy for me. It is like, whoever's meant to be here getting my coaching is 100%. And I trust that you're meant to be here receiving this, and that you will take the next step as you're ready to take the next step. But I am launching a very specific course that I've developed on, how to tap into the feelings of more than enough, money, career, purpose, just the biggest money blocks, what's holding you back, and how to obliterate them from a blocks perspective. Because I want you to all trust that what you want is already there. The paths to your dreams and desires are already there. You have to line up yourself on your thought level, on your emotional level, and then your action level. And when you align your mental, emotional, and physical, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions to where you want to be going, amazing, not surprising things come your way. Okay. Amazing, not surprising. All right. I'm going to let it all. So take action always. I saw stuff in the chat. Take action always rooted in what you desire, because that is rooted in trust, in love. And, there's many, many steps after this. So I literally, you guys, this is just a quick 40-minute version of this lesson, but just know that I have like the 6-week blueprint. It's 6 hours and you'll be different. You will be a different human being. All right, I'm going to open it up. So please I'm sure Susanna is probably dropping in the chat all the different links. I have money block workshops. I have my 7-day free content that I started giving away for free for Mother's Day last year. And it's just been my give to the planet. Those are great little intros to my tools and some of the tools. And then if you're really ready to deep dive or you want to join the money, career, purpose, if you join in now in the 6 weeks, you get all my bonus live events, like just this event, but you get I'm live and doing live Q&As with you guys, every week in my private group coaching. So just get in if you're ready. All right, Vera, I'm going to kick it off with you. Welcome, welcome. Wait, you're still muted. Okay, and then everyone just have a question ready to go. I'm going to just try and hammer through these as quickly as I can. And thank you all again for being here. Go ahead, Vera. There you are.
Okay. Hi, Laura. Hi, everyone. I don't have a question. I just want to quickly say something. So I used to work on my mindset in the past. And last time when you were here, I really liked what you were saying. And I said, I want to learn from Laura. First week of the program, I actually did my first sell. But also what happened that the first week of the program with Laura, we had a family situation that was really very hard on me and was really starting to take me down. And I just want to say that I'm sorry that today with a question, questions and answers, I didn't even ask question, but just listening, you answering question to other people. I had, like, talking about detachment. I had I'm so sorry that I'm crying, but I had such a breakthrough that I cannot even believe. And I really thank you for that.
Mwah. I love
It
you.
was, it was amazing. And I almost didn't even, because I'm really busy this time, I almost didn't want to even watch the questions and answers.
Wow.
I thought I'm not even going to come here, but I just had to. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you, Vera. First of all, what she's referring to, thank you. She's in my 6-week coaching, obviously
Right.
going through something rough. And I told everyone in my live Q&A today, write down the question that you have, because it'll probably be answered through someone else's question. And I just know that I can't get to all the questions here today, and just write down your question, because just like what she's talking about, I told my group when I do my private group coaching, like, get intentional about what you want to have a question about, because it will get answered. It'll get answered. And so
Yes.
what you're referring to, she was in the Q&A this morning, is I drew this like thing about all of you
Yes.
and
Yes.
detachment, and that you're here and the success you think you want is here. My coaching will teach you how to go even beyond, like, right, this version of you,
Yes.
and how to detach from you think you got to hop on today and do 10 times more to make up for yesterday's like lack of sales. And that might be starting from the negative, but if it shifts you. Anyway, I did this whole lesson this morning on detachment and how to detach from the paths that you even think are the path that you're doing right or wrong, and how to then also detach from the outcome that you're putting a lot of judgment on. And it was a profound moment for a lot of people in the Q&A today. So I'm glad that helped you.
Right. And I just want to say the tools you teach are really amazing. They're simple, but very, very powerful. And Laura is not paying me to say that.
No,
Okay,
I'm
thank
so
you.
glad to even get your feedback. I did it, see you this morning, even on you guys. The group is just an amazingly powerful group
It is.
of dreamers that are doing it. Like, actually, like, it's not just philosophy and it's not just fluff. As you can tell, like, I'm always drawing like things, I'm seeing all these things visually, and I'm just like really here to straight talk it. I'm from New Jersey. I always like to say that, like, I don't know how to speak any other way but direct from my heart. So sometimes it's with a lot of love, and sometimes it feels like a little slap. I call it the Jersey slap, that you're ready. Like, no, you're stronger than that. No, you can detach from that. Like, no, that's limiting you. And sometimes you just got to hear someone else's positive voice, because what you're hearing is your own or someone else's negative voice. So thank you, Vera. You're amazing.
You're
It's
welcome.
really cool to see you shift and change over the last
Yeah,
week.
thank you.
Amazing. Okay. Nissa, and then 44793. I don't know your name, but you're there. Okay. Nissa, if you're able to go on. Hi. Wait, you're still muted. Bottom left. Wait, you're still muted. I think I might have just pressed the button and remuted you. Sorry. And for those of you who have a question, just like start, you're still muted. Just start like seeing if you could boil it down to like, Laura, here's my question. Like, boom.
Let's see. I don't know why it keeps muting me.
Okay. You know
Any
what?
better?
Changing who I am sending the links to. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you're there. Susanna, I got you. I'm gonna post some of the links as well as you're talking. Go ahead, everybody. This is my, I'm just gonna post in the chat right now. This is the link to my 6-week private group coaching. If you're interested, click that link. Okay, so I don't know whether that can be pinned, but there you go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you can hear me okay?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I have watched all your videos in the community and I'm currently going through your 7-day free course and you're just amazing. I just wanted to ask, like, I think I kind of know where I'm stuck at. Like, this is my first week going live, and I know that that's like, part of the process to struggle with that in the beginning. And but like I come from a family that has always struggled with finances, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of that. And so when I have a live that I struggled with quite a bit, I get off there and I immediately go into, I didn't provide enough value to them. I quickly go into that, I'm not enough, and I am not, it's not going to happen for me. But I am aware of it, but it's like, and I can take myself out, but I struggle with doing it quickly. It takes way too long.
Okay, so being consciously aware of where you're stuck is huge because you're already aware. A lot of people here in the chat are saying, like, how do I even know what my blocks are? Rewatch this lesson and think through, like, what do you absolutely don't want? That's what's blocking you. Already, like, for those of you still saying, like, I don't even know what my blocks are. In your case, know what your blocks are. You're like, it's this negative thinking that's happening. The moment I try to like move myself forward, I'm already sabotaging. I'm already like, no one's going to want to watch this. Or what if I don't get this result, right? So the fact that you're already aware is a big step. Celebrate that step. If you do my 6-week coaching, one of my deepest lessons I have here, is my trust bucket lesson. Sorry, I teach a bucket of trust lesson, and it's how all of my lessons move you from doubt to trust, because trust is aligned to abundance, 100%. So where you're feeling insecure and where you're feeling doubt in any area, that's an old practice state. Becoming consciously aware of that is huge. Okay, because with awareness, I can change. You're doing the first step of trust is awareness. Like, I'm aware. I no longer want to feel stuck here. Then you do the flip. Then, if you join my 6-week, you're going to learn all the tools to do like what I was just showing with the Vera stuff, which is like, how do you start now creating the identity where the version of you that is accessing your dream life, the future you that you can bring into your videos today, is the more predominant energy, right? Is the more powerful voice, is the louder voice in your head. That's where I teach you all the practices, because the next steps after the flip it is happiness, confidence, trust bucket lessons, how to create the identity of this future you that has all the things, has all the feelings that you want of abundance, ease, flow, life on vacay, whatever it is. That version of you can be just as loud when you hang up off the video. Whatever you're currently practicing is what you have normalized. I'm going to say that again. Whatever you are currently practicing, like I practice this thought, say it as a practice. Like, Laura, you're not going to believe this. I hang up from a live, I do my little thing, I'm working on this stuff, I'm giving this blueprint, but then I hear this voice and it's my voice, but maybe it was my mom's voice. Maybe it was my 3rd grade teacher's voice. Now it's been my voice. I'm ready to not have it be my voice. If that was not even my original thought, I'm ready to change this thought. So you're exactly in transformation, which is beautiful. But what you need to now start doing are my tools. If you are in the 6-week coaching, I'll just, I can show you where to go. But basically, just do the tools that align to the future you energy, because where you need to be, if you guys are inside in the private group coaching, besides like the week by week, like unstucking content, there's in the unstuck your blocks and the money, career, purpose, like they're all in here, all the content that you get access to, like thousands of dollars of content you guys get access to. You're kind of in this like old place where you're like, you need to start challenging those thoughts deeper, challenging those limiting beliefs, challenging where these have been setbacks before and how to turn them into comebacks. How to face that past experience to actually catapult you forward. So you're in the unstucking your blocks like phase where your dreams, again, have to dwarf the size of that voice, that thought, that problem. So if you're in my coaching, spend more time on like what we're doing next week, which is like the day in the life of the future you. How you wake up, how you feel, how you move about your day. More energy and attention needs to go into your into making that voice louder, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
I can't wait to work with you. OMG. Okay, 44793. Come on in. I love it. I feel like we're
Laura,
on
can I
TikTok right
interrupt
now.
for, can I
Yeah.
interrupt for one
Yeah.
sec? People are asking about the money mindset coaching and that they don't see it in the training, and how do they get it?
So I'm posting right now, it's the 6-week coaching, which is this. Okay, so when you click on this, when you click on the link that I just shared from me in the chat, you'll launch into this over the next 6 weeks, learn the exact methods, blah, blah, blah. Join now for June 24th kickoff of Money Career Purpose. That's the 6 weeks. You can either do, you know, the 6 weeks, or you could do monthly. You guys can just join in. And then Money Career Purpose is going to be inside of that. So you might just not be seeing the tiles, but it's the 6-week access that we're posting right now. And then once you're inside the private group coaching, what I was just showing a moment ago is once you're inside the coaching, I'm just gonna like back up a sec. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. So if you're already in, share my screen. But that's what's coming up. Susanna, does that help?
Yes, thank you. I was trying to share that, but I think it would just be better if you could have just shared it with everyone.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, it's right on the page, but if you're already in, you can get a jump start. Go jump right into Money Career Purpose. What's blocking me? How to shrink that wall into a pebble, you know, top 10 money blocks workshop. I'm doing it again. So you guys can join in on that today. I'm actually doing it. You're more than welcome to join in on my free workshops as well. Flip my blocks. That's the deep dive, how to unlock the feeling of never enough, like the path to purpose via happiness, how to align to abundance. I mean, these are all things you can get an immediate jump start on the moment you join, but I'm doing it live with you guys on June 24th. So I will be launching, but for those of you watching this even months later on replay, that course exists when you join into my 6-week private group coaching experience. I'm just doing a live version so I can really help you launch into unstucking these blocks and money blocks and all that fun stuff. All right, 44793, go on in. Hi. Hold on a second. It's still muted. Hold on. Go. There you go. Yay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi,
You have a beautiful
I'm
smile.
Maria.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Maria. Nice to meet you. I don't know why all the time when I try to log in, it gives me the number instead of my name. I don't know, but that's okay. I had a really big breakthrough. So I moved back in Italy and to my family. I was living in London, and even in that, I realized that my biggest block were like what my parents used to tell me all the time, that I wasn't deserving, that I wasn't enough constantly. And they see me as like difficult, because I fight against it, because there is a part of me that knows that it's not true. And now that I'm in here, it's actually hard, because it's actually like they constantly tell me.
Right.
Last day, mom was telling me, no, you're not deserving holiday. You're not in holiday. You don't go holiday since 2029. You don't deserve
Right.
it. You are not deserving. And this, it affects you. It affects all the areas of my life and my relationship, of course, money.
Right.
And yeah, And
You are
it's
so ready for
just-
change.
My
I-
question is, how can I, even though I'm here, how can I keep like, because they blocked my vision too. I couldn't dream. I couldn't visualize because all the time they were blocking.
Right. So I'm just gonna speak straight because I like just tell you right to your heart. Therapists from literally all over the planet send me people that have gone through extraordinarily like negative things in their lives, even in their childhood. And I'm never here to like be like that. Some of it makes no sense to me, right? And it's not for me to make sense of. What I'm here for is to show you ways out of what you're currently experiencing today that is no longer aligned to who you are now moving forward. Sometimes I'm like, wow, you would never want someone, as a mom, I have 3 sons. I would never want someone to not feel the unconditional love, like, and potential that I could have, like, for my own child. And I'm always like, who is in front of me right now that like was given this situation that is the complete opposite sometimes, where you were, brought into undeserving or guilt, or you'll never be enough. Like, to me, the ability for you to become an example and role model for you, from you, for your younger self, to your own family, to people in your community, to the world, is so extraordinary for me, for you to step into your purpose, which is like how you were brought into these conditions and who you're then meant to become despite all that hardship is astronomical, in my opinion. So for those of you who are just watching right now, and this is speaking to your heart because you've been really dealt a difficult set of cards, maybe you were, put in tough situations, maybe, I'm not here to measure who had it worse or tougher or whatever. I'm here to be like, that's so interesting, because you're here, in my opinion, to show yourself and then the world the flip of that, the exact opposite of what it is like, to be the opposite of that. What is it like to shine your light and be the example of abundance, be the example of deserving, be the example of I can dream, without their voices on your shoulder. So you don't have to be grateful for the experience, but you could be like, thanks, no thanks. I no longer participate in that. And you're just ready, honestly, for tools, because all of you that are here, if you're ready to create change, what I've realized again is like tools of the tool belt to be like, well, that's a nip and zip moment. Like, I'm going to nip and zip that voice because that's as much energy and attention it deserves today. Like, it doesn't, it only deserves an appropriate amount and no more. And if you guys don't know how to turn off the negative voices, and then it brings you into your own self-rejection, and you're an adult now and you're like, I'm ready to create this change. You're ready. So today's exercise for you is to help you with that flip, to recognize I no longer want, right, on your do not want list, to allow my parents degrading or limited thoughts about me and my potential to be my dominant thought. I clearly desire to create thoughts and emotions that connect me to my future self, which is abundant and feeling free, right? And feeling success. And when you step into that, I call it my torch carriers, you're carving the path that was not carved for you, right? My mom carved a path, and I got to see a path carver in my life. I'm the child of a torch carrier, I call you guys. It doesn't mean I haven't had my own hardships, but I am the result of the upbringing of someone who carried a really strong torch in front of me. My mom was given 2 years to live when I was 6 years old, and I saw her fight all odds and she's in my house right now. She's 76. Okay. So that happened.
A question, it's not negative, it's not toxic to for example, the desire and the life I want to take from now on, what I want to create is come from the feeling to do not want to be a mother like that wants to actually, it's not toxic, it's not negative, it's not, so it's good to come from
You're coming from a pure
that
intent
place.
in your heart. Yeah. Like, so you don't berate even what you went through. Probably she was a result of her own upbringing that may have been tough. She's a result, what she dealt to you was maybe, you know, and again, I'm not here to condone or tolerate, but when people act less than, and they bring other people down, it's because they're already down here trying to drag you down and justify, like, okay, well, if you also never make it, then it'll make me feel better because, hey, in our family, we just never make it, right? Like if that's like not in line with who you want to be and where you want to bring legacy to your family today moving forward, it's thanks, Ma, but no thanks. Like I don't participate in that. I don't participate.
Yeah, I just
It's coming
block
from a
everything.
loving
I
place.
just block.
Yeah. So again, I know like when you're the torch carrier of your lifetime, you were given a really tough set of cards and then you're like, but I have this light and I'm ready to like inspire myself and carve a new path and it cleans it up from past to the future. You literally just start to shift. Okay. And here, I just have to change my
Because what they do is like, for example, coming back to me and say, no, you're spitting on a plate, you know? And I'm like, no, I'm trying to create a different path. I'm trying to offer my kids when I would do IVF because I cannot have kids, a different lifestyle. I want to offer opportunities that in here I couldn't have. This is the place where I come from and the life I want to create. And they say, but you have nothing right now. You have nothing for that.
So you're here in this beautiful DGC community with loving people that like cheer each other on. I've seen you guys, I work with you, who actually total strangers from around the planet, like that are choosing to see the best in each other and support each other. Like you've already done some work to find your way into here. Don't discount your own self now. Now it's about creating the change that you want to create for yourself and your family. And it's not to be like, see, Ma, like this is what I could do. Like it's to be like, no, this is to change now moving forward for the trajectory of our family. You have nothing to prove to anyone. And when you get to that level of confidence, where it's like so quiet confidence in your heart, where it's just a gentle smile, a happy face, like, you know, what real success is to me, which is spending time with people that you love and understanding everybody has the potential to create change, and be the example of that. Be the example of that. There's no coincidence right now that you are speaking in the way that you are, because there's thousands of people and there's hundreds of people right here in this community that need to hear your words. So thank you for speaking up in your, you know, vulnerable self to share, like, I've had this heartache. This is painful. Like to be put down by significant others or like family and all around me is like literally
and being able to
you can create
get your energy, keep your energy, not letting them go at the bottom, at the rock bottom.
They're
just trying to, and I all the time that I do the video, like I try to be like, no, I'm gonna rise up for them, my energy, even though I'm like, so
you are so just you are just, I hope you jump into my tools. Okay, start if you can, start with if you can jump into my 6 week, jump into my 6 week. If you guys are not like running, screaming, walking, going into my 6 week, like even if you're feeling the pang in your head of like, is it not, like just try it for 30 days. There's literally like a 30-day refund policy. If you are not starting to shift and like rock your world completely in 30 days, like you will be different kind of like this work, I'm trying to give as much as I possibly can without holding anything back in these DGC offerings. But like this scratches the surface of actually a curriculum, tools, learning the step by step. Like when you learn and when you have a framework, when you're not trusting yourself, you trust in a framework, you trust in the process, and that helps build then trust back in yourself. So many of you are making trust very conditional on your success, and it doesn't work that way. You have to build trust in yourself first, feel more secure in yourself first, and then you change your results. Most of you are like, well, we'll change my results, then I'll feel it. And I'm like, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be like adding resistance. So you're just so ready. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing. You're so ready to rewrite that script. So thank you for your beautiful share. Okay, Tony A in the house, and then Dr. Michael. I have you guys, if you're good, I can go a little bit longer. Okay, so if you're good, I would love to answer more questions. I really obviously love answering questions. It's part of my deep content, but I just got to tell my next meeting that I'm running a little late. So hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see. Are you unmuted? I think you're there. I'll ask to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Laura.
You ready? You're ready for me.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for the last time when you allowed me to unburden myself. A lot of people have seen that and reached out to me about that. And it was as difficult as it was. It was more difficult when I tried to get on the 6-week and I couldn't get on it. I tried and I could not get on it for whatever reason. But that's by the by. I am getting on this tomorrow. Regardless,
I'm so excited.
I'm getting on this tomorrow. I've done the 7 days, and there's a lot going on for me. I'm trying to move things on. But the best thing for me, mindset. Michelle always tells us about mindset. Tim tells us about mindset. Everyone tells us about mindset. And for me, this has been the greatest thing about this community for me. The money is one thing, and I'm not where I want to be with that, but it's the mindset and the people in the community that's kind of kept me going. And maybe there's a reason for that. So now I'm in a situation where there are a lot of things coming to a head. I'm absolutely 100%, and I've taken a leap of faith, and I've handed in my notice at my job. So I can literally I'm just want to focus on this because I just know this is where I want to be.
That's amazing.
And this is why I need to make sure that I have the support with doing your 6-week training and getting me to where I need to be, because I think I'm still operating from a place of lack.
Yeah.
But it's very, very difficult. There's so many things going on, and when we talk about, I'm in the basement.
Yes, on the House of Manifesting lesson, you're like, yeah. I'm in there. I'm in lack.
Yeah, I'm in the basement, but it's getting better. It's getting better, but there are a lot of things that I think your 6-week training would really, really help me with, and what I want to ask is, how do I now at this moment in time, with everything that I've got, all these negative things, how do I try to keep consistency and see the positive and keep myself positive in over the next kind of, I don't know, a few weeks, few months? It's really, really hard.
Okay, well, that just, again, thank you. And thanks. I'm glad like last time was eye-opening, and each step is a step that you're describing. A side note, I just saw in the chat too, people are like, how is this coaching different? Like if this feels the same like other coaching, then you're not ready.
No,
if it feels different, it will be different. So just know, yeah, I know what I have to offer, nothing to prove. And if it will actually, what I feel over and over again is when people have done a significant amount, but you've always done it in the energy of lack. right? You're like, I've listened to this thing. I've done this workshop. I've been coached for 7 years, but why am I not getting the results? It was likely, that's why I did the flip it today. It was likely because you took action. The initial action was, I'm not getting enough. So now like, I need a coach. I needed this. And I'm going to tell you, when you join my coaching and you step right into trust, this is for you too, which is like, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be in this moment. And I'm flipping all that I've done to the energy through the line of courage to what I desire, versus like most people spend years, decades, even elite athletes that I've coached, going against what they don't want and avoiding the loss of what they don't want. And when you make this flip, I am telling you, it will make sense of every other program or thing you've ever done even before me. And it'll help even magnify the results of the awareness that those things have brought you. So nothing was ever a waste of time. So when I'm fully embracing trust that you're ready for my coaching, you're really actually ready for more trust, more security in your life, more like you're just tapped into a different feeling. And I embrace that, like, again, you're meant to be here. So the point is for you, and your question is that, like, embrace this process. It's a process of love and time. Sometimes it's a little more time, sometimes it's a little more love. You're gonna, and that will start to heal and shift the things that feel missing or in void. And when you give yourself the energy that you are so clearly waiting for the sale to give you, or waiting, and I don't feel that with you. You're like already like, I'm just ready to create this next thing. I have a knowing in my heart that this is where I want to be going. I trust so much that I gave notice and I'm leaving, because I don't even have to know all the intricacies to know it. I can make it work. You're at a very beautiful point of transformation, and you're just so, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to join in, because I can't wait to work with you. It's going to be mind blowing. And just when you do Monday's lesson with me before I launch into money, career, purpose stuff, I'm doing bonus lessons next week.
Yeah.
Do the day in the life lesson with me, where you are really tapping into the energy of the you that is beyond, that has all the things that you want. You will feel another shift, because you'll see that this version of you that had the confidence to create the change was already in line with that version of you. And that alignment can propel you faster. You're just,
I just can't wait. And this is just an aside in terms of one thing that happened the last time that we spoke. After on my lives, I was getting 5-10 people on my lives. That very same night after we'd spoken, I went on my live and I had 25 people.
Yeah.
And
that's, you guys,
it's just amazing.
Side note, I am doing my money blocks workshop today, and I got like papers literally all over my desk, but okay. Side note, I just have to drop this, because these are I want to just give you guys like the top 10 blocks, and then where you are feeling these things, because I'm going to be talking about these things today. Stuck in guilt. Again, let me know. Are you guys stuck in guilt? You're feeling like lots of rejection. You're feeling like shame, guilt, so off track, rejection. One of the biggest blocks. Okay. So you could feel guilty about what you ate. You could feel guilty about a decision you made 10 years ago. You could be guilty about staying in something too long, staying in something not too long, like whatever it is. And that guilt is
all of that.
Lot, right? So that's
and
big.
Sorry, Laura, just to interrupt. And like my family saying to me, why do you think you have to be so different? Why can't you be like everybody else and just do your 9-to-5 job and just be happy?
Right. Because that's not who I am. Right. Like, and again, like there's a version of you that doesn't even receive that judgment. The same way 10 to 25 people can pop onto a live. There's a version of you that's not even in line with that judgment. Or if it even came your way, you'd be like, that's interesting, but they're so limited in their perspective of me. It just doesn't even, it's like water off a duck's back. Like it just doesn't even permeate. So, you're just jumping to the next level of you, which is what I'm here for. Like just not point A to B, like that point Z, like you're going, I'm excited. So just jump in. Let me know when you're in the 6 week. I'll send you a personal message and we'll get this party started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Laura.
I'm
Thank you.
taking that
Really
big step
appreciate it.
forward, guys. I just can't. So guilt and shame, you guys, are one of the biggest manifesting blocks because you're in self-rejection, which is cutting off love. Love is conditional when you're making it all about fear and rejecting yourself and rejecting your circumstances. And in that rejection, all for potentially valid reasons, but if you hold yourself in that energy, you're going to receive rejection. You're like, why am I not getting sales? Why am I not getting this? Why does everyone say no to me? Well, do you say yes to you or do you say no to you? So everything's sort of a reflection of how you are also treating yourself. And anyway, I hope that, yes, I hope that, I love that, Alex. Like I have a new client right now asking about the program. I showed her a picture of our Zoom right now. Yes, like the level, I love like Michelle, Susanna, all the people in this group. Again, I love speaking to you guys because I know where you're coming from. Like I'm not here to sugarcoat the hard stuff. I'm here to help you out of it. So guilt and shame is a big one. That's one of 10 big money blocks. If you guys want to join in today, I am doing a money blocks workshop that you guys can do as like an encore event today. If Susanna, if you have that link, you can just drop it. Dr. M, come on in. Dr. Michael. Let's see, I'm still having you unmute.
Okay, better. Hi.
All right, amazing.
How you doing? Thank you very much. I watched your first recording. I'm going to make this very fast. I speak fast, so I'll cover time. I watched your first recording today on my walk. And in that recording, you had said that you are where you're supposed to be at this time. And that exactly is what unknowing to me, that's what I've been preaching to my family for the last week, because they're wondering, again, go get a job, all that stuff. But I'm happy what I'm doing. I'm going to join your 7 days, and then I'm going to get to 6 weeks, because that recording this morning gave me a shift, and I was just waiting on today. My question is this. I know I have a story. I've had a stroke. I've lost everything. I've built a business to multi-million-dollar, lost it, lost my home, bankruptcy, had a stroke from that stress, bounced back. But that event has always had a little bit of a fear in me to get over and start again. But when I met DGC, I felt I finally found a platform where I could be who I am, the way I'm supposed to be. So when I go live, I know I do reach people. I have a story. My life goes well. But when I look at other people's life, for example, they say, tell me where you're connecting from. Everybody responds. But when I do that on mine, I barely have, it's crickets. And that immediately makes me feel as if I'm not reaching, then I'm struggling, then I'm trying hard, and it's exhausting. So I just wanted to find out that what would be I know there's a block, and that's why I can't wait to get in, but I just wanted to share that question to see. And I think it's fair. You already mentioned that fear and guilt from the past. So I just, based on what I've said, I'll let you do it so I don't hold up again.
Yeah. I mean, I thank you for your question. And just FYI, to clear up some confusion in the chat, I'm doing the top 10 money blocks. It's a workshop today. It's just a free, like 1 hour workshop where I have 10 blocks that I want to go through. Guilt, shame is one of them, one of the 10. But yeah, a lot of the time, sometimes that's rooted in inflicted judgment. And, that's a workshop, that's free. The 6 weeks is a 6-week coaching experience. My 7-day course, also free. So I'm just going to post it again. Those are just a whole bunch of links that I'm posting to just clear up any confusion over there. What you're talking about is really important for anyone who feels that way, where you're like in the empty space, fear comes in. Right? Like where you're like, I'm feeling the empty space and boom, now like fear pops in. Like, am I not being received? Am I now I'm judging myself? Are they judging me right now? So when you do join in, I'm just going to guide you through a couple of things which are in here. So there's the free course. Let me see. Alignment to abundance. Okay. When you do pop into my coaching, please don't go right into, in the unstuck your blocks. Okay. There's all these different lessons, but you're actually, you know what? There's a few things. There's the how to stop the self-sabotage. And in the Unstuck Your Blocks course, there's how to handle judgment like a pro. Because in the empty space, you're really filling it with some self-judgment and then, or anticipating judgment from others in that space. And just, fear loves empty space. When you learn how to fill it with positive interactions to you from you, you'll fill it with quiet confidence. You'll say something funny. Like you'll be like, guess no one's from anywhere. Maybe you're all from outer space or something. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to not find the negative in that moment where you're going to feel judgment. You're going to flip judgment to acceptance. And that's really where you're at right now. You're moving away from self-rejection, like what Pam was just yesing me. I saw Pam G. Like you were like, yes, I am guilt or shame or wherever you were just saying. And now you're like moving out of that into self-acceptance. The more and more you move into that, the more you will blossom into what's next financially, what's next in any area of your life, quite honestly. Because when you accept yourself and like you have a whole, like when you really acknowledge yourself, which is what I feel about you. When you really acknowledge what you've created, like I see your whole awesomeness there, like you're a whole vibe, right? Like your background, your books, your trophy behind you. Like when you capture the essence of who you are and you deliver that without any need, any expectation of return, you do things because you love doing them. Like I'm here to give of myself to the DGC community, whether anyone signs up for my stuff or not. If you do sign up for my stuff, amazing. Then I know you're meant for me. I can't wait to work for you. But I'm not sitting here being like, okay, like I'm sitting here being like, I love this. I love these exchanges. Like I get something out of this too. And when you get into, which is what I will love to help you, because abundance is a give and receive. Many of you are giving and never receiving. Mastery level is you are receiving as you're giving. I'm at a mastery level. I know how to receive energy as I'm giving it. It is unbelievably like happy. Like it's like the recycle, like the reuse recycle thing of energy. There's like, I'm doing this also. It's like, it's not like selfish, but it's like, I love to give this content. I enjoy it. The reason I'm saying that, because this is the essence of me. Like, I know I'm in my purpose. I know I'm meant to help people get unstuck. I know those who can't afford it yet to jump into my coaching will get extreme value from my free tools and these like what I'm able to do in DGC. And then I know when you're ready, you'll jump into it. Like, I know that. So like, there's no push there's no, it's a give and receive. That's a beautiful, I call it the spiral of abundance. And many of you, again, when I unlock it, I'm going to teach you to unlock it in the Money Career Purpose course. That's kicking off, because many of you, again, are big-hearted. You're always giving and you're not receiving. And what I feel with you is that you're so ready to acknowledge how far you've come. Acknowledge where you stand today. Acknowledge these gifts that are Dr. Michael, that you're meant to bestow and share with others just by being you, by just the essence of you, right? And in that energy, you will find so much receiving versus like waiting and anticipating, being like, did they like me? Did they answer quick enough? You know what I mean? That's so not aligned to the actual power of who you are. So I'm really pumped to work with you at whatever capacity I get to work with you all. Because to me, like, again, I feel like when I see you pop up on this Zoom, like, I'm like, who is this man? And like, what are you meant to be doing on the planet? And are you in your creative, like, essence and sauce of like dishing out you? And if you're not, and you're feeling less than, how can I help you with these mindset tools so you feel that level of confidence in who you are and what you're giving? And
your workshop, your money workshop, you said coming up today. What's the link?
yes. So the link today, you guys, I'm posting it right in the chat. There's 3 links I'm posting. So there's my workshop today. Boom. Come to Laura's Money Block Workshop webinar today. And again, if you're watching this random video in DGC later on, that was recorded and it's over, I will pop Michelle the recording of it. Okay. So don't worry. We'll give you the recording of it, or Susanna will post a recording of it if you're watching this months later. And then the 6-week coaching right now, that's the live link. Again, if you're watching this on replay and it's past June 24th, you can still use that link and join a 6-week coaching. And then the 7-day free course, that's also there. So you guys are just ready. You guys are all just ready. I want to have room for one more. Melissa, Melissa, come on in. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael. One more. Okay, wait, you're still muted. And you guys just, you know what, join my 7-day if you're not jumping into the 6-week, because I do like every now and then I do like a welcome and wins thing that you can join in. So make sure you're joining in on the free tools. The 7-day should be a no-brainer. You could do it over and over and over again till you can join in on the 6-week coaching. Okay, go ahead, Melissa.
Yes, I just signed up for the 7-day. Okay, so my question is, I know I am a manifestor because I have come from Brazil to UK with £1,000 and I was washing up and I became a senior member of this company within 4 years. I left a toxic relationship with my 3 kids 2 years ago with nothing. And I moved to London, back to London. And now we live in this nice house and I work and I make it work. And when I found this program, I was very excited because I tried having an online business before, it did not work. And I was like, this is it. I've manifested all this. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to manifest this. It's going to work for me. I have what it takes. I'm not scared of being the camera, but I haven't yet. And I am like, how can I be a manifester here and not have manifested over there?
Yes.
And it's very frustrating.
Very common. You guys, I work with celebrities, athletes, CEOs from all over the world. And I just have to say, everyone's stuck in some area of their life. So they're like working out over here, like friendship, maybe not so much over here, money, or working out over here, money, but maybe not so much here over their relationship. Or like, why am I stuck in some level of fear that's like keeping me in like a stop? So you already actually like kind of gave me the secret recipe of you, which is the decision comes first. There's already so much decisive action in what you've done very well, which was like, this was intolerable, left this abusive situation or whatever. I like moved my whole family. Like so many people need that message that are like stuck in abusive situations or whatever, and like don't know the way out. And you're like, I made the decision and then everything lined up.
Yeah.
Right? You made the decision to not tolerate something that you didn't deserve. And then you decided. The decision comes first, everybody. That's why I did the flip it tool with you today. That you have to be enough sick and tired, but not know the path to make the decision. That's why I said, if you're ready, you'll know you're ready because you're so sick and tired that you're ready to create the massive change. So you have to get to the point again of being so sick and tired of like not having the movement in that area of your life where you're like, but I did it over here and this was actually really hard. And like, I'm just telling you your own brilliance. I'm giving it right back to you saying you already brilliantly did this in a really hard area of your life where a lot of people around the planet that I coach stay very stuck in toxic situations because they don't see the way out because fear is blocking their ability to see the path. And you're like, it was so intolerable, Laura, and my kids and me and whatever, like that I decided, made the change and boom, then the paths appear. And I'm telling you guys, it's the same thing. And I'm telling you, that is the sauce of your magic that you need to do right now, which is like the decision comes first. Your decisive action to be sick and tired. Look at your flip it list that you just made with me today and be like, I'm done with that left side. Like if you're done with it, then join in on the coaching because, start with the 7-day if you can't jump into the 6 weeks or just jump into the 6 weeks and I will start working with you immediately to unstuck those blocks. Because when you're like, I've decided I'm unstocking my own blocks, like I'm ready for this, you will like all the lessons will make sense. All the lessons will make sense because your thing is you're waiting now for the evidence and you're waiting for these pieces in order to make the decision. And that's not how you work. That's why I'm dishing how you work right back at you because you shared that nugget with me. And I'm like, that was brilliant. Okay. That's what you need to do here. You get me?
Yeah, I do.
So no more size, get stronger than that. I'm stronger. I've done harder things. and they've come out okay. And look at this beautiful thing now that I've created because of that flipping hardship to what I desired. You can do the same thing here, but it's somehow tethering you to some other block that might be more internal. It might be a self-doubt. It might be a fear of disappointment or fear of putting yourself out there. Like it could just be other things that like I would love to help you unblock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Yes.
You're ready, girl. Just decide, decision and go, decision and go, decision and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? You're always one step away from another decision. I love your questions, everybody. I would love to just come in at some point and just do another just straight up Q&A. I know I gave like a good 40-minute lesson today on the flip it, because you're all ready to flip these negatives. Please, as a takeaway, if I don't talk or ever interact with any of you in any kind of coaching, know in my heart, okay, that I hold space for this amazing growing DGC community and what Michelle's built here. I'm so thankful on some random day in January of 2024, I like said to my own private group that I was launching my affiliate program, that I want to expand. Like, does anyone have any communities you could connect me with? And Susanna's just like, I could connect you to this amazing community. And like, boom, I've helped so many humans inside this community since then. So thank you again for being here. Like, I really deeply thank you for participating. Thank you, Melissa. Oops. Thank you for participating in, you know, these recordings. Thank you for participating in the DGC together. Thank you again, Susanna and Michelle. You know, I do try to come up here. This is not a reflection of like, this is a scratch of the surface of my content. So if you're getting stuff out of these lives, and you could do my 7-day little 10-minute tools, just if my content opens your heart and it helps you unlock your brain, and then it syncs those two things together, that is where I want you to get to. Unfriggin' stoppable, right? There's an unstoppable energy of potential inside of you. Just stop blocking yourself. Like, it just, if you hear my little Laura voice on your shoulder being like, just stop. That's so old. Like, it's so, call it like I said today, old. It's like wearing an old sweater that you know you need to like get rid of. It's old. Okay. So just know that you're ready for change. I fully embrace this community and you guys are just so amazing. So again, thank you. Jump in on my tools. I have seen like my phone's dinging that like, you know, you guys are joining in on the 7-day, you're joining in on the 6-week. This career money purpose course is probably the most aligned content to this community. Because you're here for purpose, fulfillment, like unstucking happiness, not making happiness a precursor to your like, you know, to be like conditional upon whether you make a sale or not. And I am 100%. I mean, I've helped companies go from a millions to billion. Like I've helped companies become a unicorn company. I've helped, you know, like some of the most empowered women right now on the planet, like become top income earners in all different fields. I would love the opportunity to work with you, men and women. I'd say like, you know, my community now, thanks to DGC, is probably like 10, 12% men, like 85 to 90% women. And, you know, it's just unlock your power. Like, it's just, I like any age, any ability, like you are exactly where you're meant to be. Just step into it. I'm ready for you when you're ready for me. Okay. So I am ready for you when you're ready for me. So I'm so thankful, and I'm sorry I didn't get to all the hands raised, but I will be back. Or join in my 7-day, please. Okay. Join in my 7-day. Do not take this as a sign that it wasn't for you. Okay. This is not, that do not allow your brain to go into any kind of sabotage that you didn't make it to a Q&A. Be on my call if you can be later today. Be on like the 7-day. Again, just start with the free tools, knowing you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. So I appreciate it. Have a beautiful day. Thanks again, Michelle. Thanks again.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Susanna. Have a great day, everybody.
you.
See you
Bye.
later.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.